What's up, guys? Thanks for coming back for part two of the interview with Luz from Bamba. Great band. I love the art on a lot of that stuff. I think the first one was a photograph, right? But then after that, it was a lot of hand drawn stuff.
But no, it's papel picado. It's paper cut. Everything is cut out. By the grace of God, I just kind of formed a new way to express myself, and I decided that when I wanted to do the next La Bamba record, I felt such a strong desire to formulate a cohesive package where each song that I was writing, I was also doing a visual piece, so they both mirror each other. They both were teachers to one another. You know, I just want that to be given out into the universe, and if people take it, that's amazing, and they could do whatever it is that they want with their interpretation, with the visual art and also the sonic art, which is my expression through sound. But I just kind of give myself some sort of frame, like work or whatever. I don't really know what I'm going to do. It just kind of, when I get my X-Acto blade, the sharpest one that I can find, I just go to town, and I don't know what's going to happen. And so and it's like that with music. It's totally like that with sound and you know, where my heart's at and how I empathize with the world. I mean, basically the visual art is just like an extension of how I relate inside.
Luz, as a first generation Mexican American, when you're doing your art, is that coming from a Mexican place or an American place?
That I feel like the Chicanos themselves are first generation, regardless if you're Mexican or you're Chinese or Japanese or whatever, Korean. You know, there's a place where we feel like, well, we're not really this, then we're not really that, then what are we? You know, and like, and it's something that you just kind of live it. You know, you just live life like that. You know, and then you start realizing that you're aware. There's an awareness. You know, like the older you get, the more, and then also...
Luz, as a first generation Mexican American, when you're doing your art, is that coming from a Mexican place or an American place?
Feeling it or deciding it. It's now everyone's talking about it, and I think it's very, very important that us as Chicanos, like, which there's been an oppression, I believe, some sort of like, of feeling lack thereof. Feeling like, oh, I'm not really 100% American, or am I really 100%, or what am I? You know, like always feeling like, kind of, where do we go? You know, but it's such a strong voice, and I've been coming into realizing that more and more on my path as a woman, as a Mexican woman, as a Mexican artist woman, where I come from, and my family, and where we all come from, just people in general on the universal level. It's like that's the root of why I extend myself emotionally through music and through whatever art. And I like to think about it all. I take a deep breath and I'm like, wow, this is so beyond me. You know, I'm here to share. You know, it's not like I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I better be writing a song. I better be sharing. I'm going to share no matter what. You know what I mean?
All right. Thanks for checking out part two of this interview with Luz from Bamba. Go out and get their new album, Ojos del Sol.
This is Luz from Bamba, and we are listening to Mi Sangre Latina.